Hello, and welcome to Whiskey at Work. Back in the studio this time for this episode because
Do one of these last week?
yeah, we were at Murphy's. Remember?
Murphy's. Oh yeah.
It was St.
Not really.
Patrick's Day.
I don't remember. Really.
By about 2:00, what do you remember after that day, Rob? Much?
I remember I came back here after.
Oh, did you?
the
Well, yeah, I
first
suppose we all
series,
did.
And then worked for 4 or 5 hours, and then went back down there.
I think you and I were the only two that came back to the building to actually finish out the workday. You manned up and went back and finished the day down there.
Yeah.
But there was no way I was going back.
And then I got home and was gonna have a drink with my wife, and then she drank all the rest of the Red Bush I had in the house, and I collapsed on the couch.
And a big fight ensued, and he slept outside. That's how his St. Patrick's Day ended. No? All right.
It's almost like I'm Irish. What are you talking about?
You know, I cannot believe we are over 2 years into this goofy little show.
Really?
2 years. We started February 2019 was the first episode we did.
We should have had Sinatra or something.
I know. We should. I don't think we've done our 100th. Remember, you were counting and said we hadn't hit that yet.
Well,
Somebody's
that
got
was
to
a while
check
ago.
this. If anybody wants to go back and count, I don't know. There's a shot of Sinatra in it for you, I guess. But how come? How did we get this far into this thing, and we haven't done anything from the very state that we're filming this from?
Well, we kept putting it off.
Is that the reason why?
I think so.
I totally forgot you had this. Rob has various levels
Thanks-
of liquor
thanks for the
cabinets
bottle, Jer.
of whiskey in his office. He has a bar in his office that's got
couple of them.
whiskey behind it. He's got almost regular sized fridge in his office that's got whiskey on the top of it. You've got a little fridge next to your desk in your office that's got whiskey on top of it. You've got a giant
Some in it too.
cabinet next to it that's got all his whiskeys that we can never drink.
AA is going to be knocking on my door if you keep.
But below
rattling off
that
my inventory
is yet another shelf of whiskey. And that's where we forgot this one was because we have to hunt through them all in order to figure out what we're going to do.
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Well, it's always fun because we're like, well, what are we going to do this week? Well, let's look around the office and open a couple cabinet doors, and here we go. So we came
what
up.
secrets lurk behind?
There is a lot down here.
It was almost like make me a deal or whatever. What's behind door number 3?
We've got more than 3 doors.
Let's make a deal.
Yes, let's make a deal. Not what did you say? What's
let's
what's
make
the
me a
deal anyway? Let's do. All right. So we found this South Dakota whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, aged 2 years, Clay Turner. Now I thought this was a guy, and I couldn't have been more wrong.
How long did you search?
Oh my God. At least
because I could have told you.
15 minutes, I bet, at least, because I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just something so new that. But then I thought, well, no, if I type Clay Turner, South Dakota, something's got to pop up with an actual dude.
Is that why you were swearing when I passed you?
Oh,
in the
my
hall
God.
earlier?
Could have been. So then explain it, Rob, Mr. Smart Guy. What's Clay Turner?
Well, Clay and Turner are both counties in the southeast corner of South Dakota, right?
Oh, yep, that's
Clay County, Turner County.
Clay County's got one of our,
One of them's got Vermilion in it.
and that's apparently a university, has a place of higher learning in it. I would guess,
barely.
doesn't it? Well, Rob, did you not
Like higher than high school, sort of?
did you not go to Vermilion, Rob?
No.
Really? What
Go
university?
big, go blue, go Jack. Screw you.
I don't know what any of that means. I dropped out of college. So what university's in Vermilion?
University of South Dakota, Coyotes.
The Coyotes. Okay, those are the dumb billboards
I
I
read
see.
something the other day that they went like 0 for 21 from the field in a basketball game the other day.
So what college did you go to, Rob?
Oh, SDSU.
SDSU?
South Dakota State.
So those are the two rivals on the eastern part of the state.
Yeah.
We don't have a rival out here in the western, do we? It's just Black Hill State University.
Some brilliant piece of humankind put the 2 biggest universities in Brookings and Vermilion.
So you got to go all the way to the eastern part of the state to get an education.
Well thought out. Don't put one of them on an interstate or anything. That'd be
Yeah. Good point. I never thought of that. They aren't either. They're both well off the interstate.
Brookings is
sort
on
of.
I-29.
I-29
that barely counts.
Going up to the great state of North Dakota, where they have real universities in Fargo and Grand Forks.
Both of which are on the eastern side of North Dakota.
They are as well. Okay, so we found this now that we've covered where it's from, Clay County, Turner County. So apparently, Turner County is where they grow the grains. Clay County is where they bottle this. Is that correct? Did I get it right? Yes, where they distill it.
I do think if that's true, that all of the grains are grown in South Dakota, that's pretty interesting.
Well, it is, and that's something that we like to find when we're drinking these. Not to have something that comes up from somewhere else and just happens to sit in a barrel for 2 years in the state of South Dakota.
Right.
This is made in South Dakota.
Yeah, they're not sourcing their juice, as you hate to hear.
Anybody ever comes up to you and says the word juice in reference to whiskey, they're not your friend, and you just want to get away from them.
What was that silly article you read about the pretentiousness of
and that's one
drinkers?
that's one of the sayings they use is juice. That's so
that
dumb.
might be the only one that I actually use.
This is Stoneface's Distillery. Now,
It's actually Valiant Vineyards.
So Stoneface's doesn't exist anymore. It was part of Valiant Vineyards Winery, right?
From what I gather, I think the Clay Turner was initially distilled at Stoneface's Distillery, which was located outside of Hill City here in the Black Hills. I think that got to be a little too much going back and forth, so they took everything and went to Vermilion, and now Kelsey's here.
Hi, Kelsey. How are you? You walked in without a limp, or were you just hiding it? Kelsey was out last week because of a broken. There's no cast or nothing. Are you okay? Oh God, no! I don't want it.
Let's not do those.
Let's not do that. Hey, thank you, Russ. Appreciate that.
That'd be super.
So anyway, just really quickly, we'll finish that up. That could have been our very first commercial break right there, I believe. Thank you to our sponsor. That one there. Thank you for sponsoring Whiskey at Work. I'm going to leave that up to Russ for whatever our sponsor was. We could throw a Timmins Market spot in there, right there. How about that? Do they have a commercial we could throw in for?
I don't know if they.
I think I have seen Clay Turner at Timmins Market. So if you want to go your head and wrap your lips around this one.
The person or the
no
beverage.
When we started the show, before you kicked the door in, I thought Clay Turner was an actual person, but it's the counties that it's made in, Clay County and Turner County. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a real dude.
Okay.
Not at
It's
all.
almost like we're doing this twice.
Almost, sort of. But I just wanted to bring her up to speed so she didn't also think that this was a person like I did, because I felt really stupid. So, anyway.
Feel like you look.
This is charcoal mellowed.
That's what it says.
Now, what else do we know?
I'm not sure what that
means. What other big whiskey do we know? Charcoal mellows, Rob.
Well, Jack Daniels, anything that out of Tennessee that is considered a Tennessee whiskey, I believe, charcoal mellows, the Lincoln County process. I'm not sure what sort of process Valiant Vineyards uses to mellow.
Right.
It's the same kind of a thing or not.
Okay.
Not a clue.
No, but that's what it says on the back of the bottle, so that's the information that we're just
passing it along to you.
So, not to change the subject, but now I'm kind of excited. Can we talk about what you were doing before you got in here? Is that something we can bring up? Well, sort of. I mean, can we or not? I mean, if we can't say anything, that's fine. But you were doing some fun stuff before you got here. Okay.
Yes.
I think Murdoch's already posted something.
Has he?
We can say that we are moving.
What? We're getting out of this hole down here?
Guess who's crawling out of the bunker, you guys?
So then what were you doing?
Part-time swimming pool here in the
Biden
basement.
was elected, and we were like, fuck it, we'll get out of the bunker. Safe. We'll come up for air.
Perfect. So
We're
what were
gonna
you
have
doing
to learn to climb
In
stairs
enemy.
better than he is, though.
then? What were you doing before you got here then? Why were you late?
I was late because I was finalizing our carpet and painting.
I'm so excited.
selections.
You didn't need me for that, apparently, huh?
No.
Fine.
So what kind of carpet are we getting? Shag, like an orange shag?
Yeah.
Something
it's
with
just a real high pile so that when you eat your Cheetos, you can get crumbs just kind of in there, and we'll
You
make
can
that orange too.
spill. Yeah, you can
so that
spill
it doesn't,
anything.
just all your Cheetos.
It's gonna look like the jungle room in Memphis, isn't it? Let's hope that's what I'm looking for.
That's one way to describe it.
Oh, I'm so excited. So
gonna be
that's
cool.
it is going to be cool. So we're going to have a whole new space over there to do these videos. A lot more space. I'm hoping like with dollies
hopefully.
and their drone flights and stuff. I mean, all of that stuff's going to happen, I think. We're really gonna
Our
kick
production
this up a notch.
guy is not jumping up and down.
It's gonna be cool. Well, we've got we've got balconies to work off of
Well,
near your office, but I mean,
now-
still balconies to work off of.
we have a balcony.
Do we?
Well,
Do we get a how often?
you have visitation privileges with 24 hours notice.
all right, written, of course.
God, and approved.
Anyway, Clay Turner, right here in South Dakota. It says right there on the back, South Dakota bourbon. It's the first one we've ever tried from our very own home state. So if you find yourself around, well, where is Valiant Vineyards? Are they around here? Are they in? Or are they all back east?
No, they were in Hill City. They had a place outside of Hill City,
But
but
now
I think
they're
they
all-
packed up and moved everything back to Vermilion.
Oh, okay. So you'd have to be on the east part of the state. But I think, like I said, you can find this in the liquor stores here. I'm positive I've seen it at Timmins Market and some other ones downtown.
I know you can find their wine in
Okay.
the same kind of places that you find Prairie Berry. I mean, I'm almost positive.
All right.
They were the official wine of the Sturgis Rally years ago. I don't
Okay.
know if that still holds true.
It's young. If it, maybe a couple more years in the barrel, I think they really might have something here. But if you want to taste a very, very young whiskey, this is a place to go.
Yeah, it does taste young. I do think that from what I could find, and there wasn't a lot out there. It's almost like it was a Canadian whiskey. I think they only started distilling in like 2017 or 18.
Oh, that would
So
make
there's
sense then.
I mean, and that's a bit of a guess. Because like I said, I searched through news stories about it, and I couldn't find when they opened the distillery.
Okay.
The winery opened in '96 when they actually helped facilitate passing of the wine laws in South Dakota.
Oh, wow.
And then Prairie Berry opened in '99, I think. But they were instrumental in getting the wine legislation passed to open a winery, which doesn't have anything to do with whiskey at work, but
Well, it all ties together at some point, you know.
yeah. So I mean, I think they've only been doing this a little while. But they've got an award sticker on their.
Yeah, they do. It's is it the John Barleycorn? Is that what that says on there for the award sticker?
It does. John Barleycorn, 2019 silver winner.
You take it.
Society of Spirits.
So
Whatever award they want to give you, you take.
apparently they've been distilling since 2017.
All right,
If it's got to
perfect.
sit in a barrel for 2 years.
Well, if you're watching the video, you're not from here, you're passing through, you find yourself near Vermilion. That's where you'll find it, or most liquor stores, I'm assuming. And if you're from here and are not familiar, well, always support your home state, I guess. Give it a whirl, right?
Well, give it a whirl.
Well, on that note, I guess we'll back on out of here with Clay Turner.
Russ is going to have his work cut out editing
Oh,
this
today he is. Rob, Kelsey, thank you so much. We'll talk to you all next week.
one. Of course, I drank all mine again.
You always do. You never leave. You never leave.
Never.